What's going on? Welcome to another video. This is Sunny from personalmasteryquest.com, and today I will share with you a phrase, an affirmation that will help you get through any difficult time in your life. And you can use this on a daily basis. It doesn't have to be even for really difficult times. It could be for little irritations, little pains here and there, really any negativity that you come across any day, okay? I use this as well. And this helps me to keep my focus shifted towards the positive side. Because one of the main reasons most people have a really hard time picking themselves up when things get difficult is because when we are facing loss or any sort of negativity, that is when our attention is gripped in the most powerful way. That is when it's the hardest to think about the things that we want to think about, the things that we need to be thinking about. And instead, we just focus in on all the things we don't want, all the things we want to avoid, and literally we just keep focusing on the things that we actually want to pick ourselves up from. So this is a phrase that will help you in those times. And the affirmation is, what's coming up is going out. What's coming up is going out. And it's so simple, yet so powerful, because behind this is the meaning, right? You know, whenever you come across any single thing in the external world, you know that that is a reflection of something that is being experienced internally. You might have come across this saying that the external world is the reflection of the internal world, and that is true. Your external world will always mirror back to you what you hold within. Okay, so your external world, you will never be successful externally if you don't feel successful internally. You will never rise high in your external world if you don't create a powerful empire in your inner world. And, you know, likewise, any single hardship that you face externally has its root on an internal level. So, with that said, what happens when most people face difficult times is that they allow the reflection to control the internal, which then reflects out even more strongly, creating more hardships, more problems. Because remember that it's just a reflection of the internal, right? So what we want to do is when those external things come up, those negative things that we want to avoid, we have to remind ourselves that whatever we are experiencing is just something that we already hold within. And instead of focusing on it more or giving it even more life force, more attention, more significance, what we need to do is simply release it. And you do that by telling yourself what's coming up is going out. If it's going out, if it's, you know, on its way out from your life, do you need to focus on it? Is that something that deserves your focus? Do you constantly think about the things that you throw in the trash? No, you do not. So what do you do about the things that you throw in the trash? You simply don't give them any attention. You just don't care about them. And that's the attitude that I want you to create towards things that aren't serving you in the external, towards things that are negative for you in the external. Deal with them, you know, obviously sometimes situations will rise and you will have to deal with them, but don't give them any more attention than they deserve. And keep it minimal. And always affirm to yourself, what's coming up is going out. The situation that is rising is, I'm experiencing this because this was something I held it internally, and now it's on its way out. And I have to just let it go, let it be. I have to not create resistance towards it, and not allow it to control my internal state. Because if you allow it to control your internal state, then it will reflect out even stronger. Then you will just create more things like it. This could be used for pain in the body. So I made a video recently talking about how to dissolve pain. And this is very similar to what I spoke about in that video, where the pain that you're experiencing, you simply feel the pain, you are aware of it, but you don't react to it. You don't resist against it. You don't try to get rid of it, because the very act of resisting and trying to get rid of it makes it stay more, because it gives you your life force. And so any problem that comes up in life, you have the power to deal with it in a similar manner, where you bring your awareness to it and affirm, okay, this is something that's alleviating and leaving my life now, and I'm going to allow it to do that. I'm not going to make a bigger deal out of it, or I'm not going to create more resistance towards it, which will actually make the problem bigger. I'm just going to accept it, allow it to be, and let it just expire on its own. Let the energy that is behind the event or the person or the pain just subside on its own through my acceptance, through my non-resistance. Because I know everything that is coming up is going out. Realize that you will have many phases in your life that you might not enjoy, but those phases are just as beautiful as the phases in which you experience a lot of success. But you have to create that attitude in order to deal with them in the proper way, in order to have them leave your life just as quickly as they came in. You have to be the silent observer behind all the negative that happens in your life, even the positive that happens in your life, because it's just as easy to get carried away with the positive and the success as it is to dwell within the negative, right? So be that silent observer and always affirm to yourself, what's coming up is going out. There's this constant flow in my life. If this negativity has a rise in my life, okay, maybe that was something that I was harboring within. What lesson can I learn from this? And once you learn that lesson, simply just allow it to be, accept it, and just let it pass. No resistance. That's the attitude that gets rid of negativity very fast. Once you adopt this attitude of non-resistance towards your problems, towards your enemies, towards any sort of negativity or pain, you will start to experience the shifts much more quickly. You will start to minimize your time in these negative phases of your life. I don't expect you to take my word for it. It might sound silly. I expect you to try it out in your life. You've got nothing to lose. All right? Try it out for 30 days. Complete non-resistance towards your problems. Give them the attitude that you would to a situation that you loved. Look at your problem with love and happiness and appreciation. Appreciate and be grateful for the phase that you're currently in. And if you are maintaining that energy field internally, what do you think is going to reflect outwards in the future? Exactly that positivity, that love, that appreciation. So you have to stay patient with this. You have to stay persistent, okay? What's coming up is going out. Let it go out. Don't focus on it. Don't resist against it. And don't try to fight against it. That's all I have for this video. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up and share this video with a friend who would also find it helpful. If you'd like to get coaching with me one-on-one and solve problems like this, the link for that is in the description box below. But other than that, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.